Hello there, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Sonic 1, running on an original Master System. It's a modified one that has a 50 and a 60 Hz switch, and we're going to try the game out, and we're going to see what the differences are, and if it makes a massive difference. Because probably to me it won't, but I'm sure to other people it probably will. I never owned Sonic 1. I always owned Sonic 2. And I would have to say that I prefer Sonic 1. I think it's an easier game in general. Whereas Sonic 2 is a lot harder. But it's not a bad game. And obviously the Sonic games on Master System are very, very different to the Sonic games on the Mega Drive. They're very, very unique in that the levels are not the same. It's not like a straight up port. And funnily enough, I know in other countries that Sonic 1 can be quite a rarity. I could get further on Sonic 2 than I got on Sonic 1 as a child for some weird reason. You don't have the spin dash. As you can see, the game is substantially slower. I believe it's something like 25% slower. I am a collector for rings. And in a moment, once I've done this level, I will switch to the 60 Hz, and you can see that. Oh no! Oh, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, I got away with it. There's a lot of different designs in this game in terms of level design. This has a level like Super Mario Bros. 3, where the actual screen moves with you, which is quite different. And the comparisons between the Game Gear version, this is the superior version. Game Gear version, for instance, I've done a video on. For instance, here on the Game Gear version, you can't do that. There's some bug fixes they've done for the Game Gear version, but and I've played all the way through it, but I think the original version is this version is far superior. You don't have screen crunch, which makes the game of damn sight easier, particularly Sonic 2. But it's always been quite a good game. It's a bit of a forgotten treasure, Sega Master System. The games on the system are very like the NES is very much loved. Master System didn't really get that kind of love, and it really deserves it because there's some games on it that, in some regards, are actually better than. There's a very good Ninja Gaiden version on the Master System, which is, from everything I've seen, is kind of superior to the NES version. But this is kind of how it is. And I'm running this through the OBS device so I can get a better picture, obviously for scaling purposes and things like that. Right, I'm going to switch to 60 Hz. You'll have to excuse my lack of energy. I've been at work all day, so I'm a bit knackered. So I'm going to switch to 60 Hz. And you will probably notice a difference in screen resolution as well. And obviously I think I've got it at ×4 at the moment. The game does run substantially faster. Obviously I think the numbers are something like 25% faster or something. But when you run this at 60 Hz, it has a tendency to lag a little bit. Obviously some games are optimised for the PAL region. I haven't tested it yet, but I believe Sonic 3, from what I've been told, when you try and run it at 60 Hz through the PAL version, the game can get quite finicky. And I've had a few weird glitches with this game running at 60 Hz. It's just the fact that some of these games are just not designed to run at this speed. Wish I had the spin dash, I'm not gonna lie, but Chaos Emerald. Chaos Emeralds don't really do anything on this game, apart from points. Oh, that was bad. Oh, and you can't recollect rings once you lose them, which is kind of a weird trait. If you're looking at Master System stuff, it's for me it's definitely a recommend. I would definitely recommend Master System stuff, particularly because it's not that expensive. That there are some games that are, but a lot of the stuff is pretty dirt cheap. This is like, I don't know, just over £10 to £12. Sonic 2 was the same. Wonder Boy 3, the Dragon's Trap, I believe, was about a tenner as well. They're not that expensive. There's a few games like, funnily enough, Alex the Kid, which I've got built into my Master System 2, which has only got RF out. That's got Alex the Kid in Miracle World in it, and that's like 80 quid I think in box, but the majority of the Master System games are not that expensive, which is a good thing, because I'm also a GameCube collector, and the prices on that system are at times absolutely ludicrous. So but I like doing the 50Hz, 60Hz comparisons. There's a lot of good stuff in there. It's Master System, and it's just such a good system. And at 60Hz as well, it is far superior to the like 25% slower that we had. But you gotta remember, the thing is that we had this stuff. We were used to it, is what we had. And some games like Road Rash, I tended to find though it ran better at 60Hz. The music didn't feel quite right. It felt too fast. So it is very much depending on what the developer's actually done to optimize the game. I hate the special stages on this game. A little bit more, not quite as crazy as, say, like the spears are on Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But I have a lot of memories playing this. You have to remember, I started with a Master System. It's the system I had first before any other system. And I must admit, I did envy people that had like a NES, particularly for Super Mario Bros. 3. But you know, you enjoy what you've got eventually, especially at that age. You know, you're a kid, so you don't have the ability to own everything you want. We've kind of gone the other way now with consoles and PCs and handhelds and stuff. Like, there's probably too much of an influx of everything now. I mean, most games I play now, I'd prefer 60Hz, particularly on the older stuff. But it really is dependent on what you're playing. And the bosses on this are not, well, on Sonic 1 they're not that difficult. Sonic 2 is another beast entirely. Some of the stuff on Sonic is absolutely insane. Again, as a Game Gear version as well, the screen crunch is absolutely ludicrous on that game. No, I can't hit him. I've got is it the Sonic Origins collection I picked up recently? And that's got these games on it as well, plus one expensive one I think off the top of my head is Sonic Chaos, I believe. That's quite a pricey one on Game Gear and Master System. But you don't have the same levels as say GameCube, for instance, that I collect for. Excuse me. The prices are absolutely mental on that system, and you will see with this zone, it does have a tendency to oh, a bit of lag there, kind of weird. It has a similarity to Sonic 3, Super Mario Bros. 3 on NES. Oh, and there's an emerald down there, I think. Well, that was done. I'll just show you the first act of this one, then I'll switch to Sonic 2. But this game apparently is quite rare in the US, apparently. But from what I understand, the US, I think they stopped making Master System games about 1991, which is kind of surprising because, well, I suppose it wasn't such a hit in the US, was it? I think it was, what was the numbers? I think the US has got the lowest number of Master System games out there. The highest being, I believe, Brazil, where the system just kept going. It just never really ended. I think it was discontinued in 2004, I believe, which is insane. 2004. There's a Chaos Emerald somewhere. I'm sure there is. Unless I'm thinking of the next zone. Oh, there's a bit of lag. That's kind of weird. You can feel it as you're playing through it. This level is very, as I said, it's very much like Super Mario Bros. 3, the zone where the stage moves from left to right. Oh man, no, I'm having that. I'm not having that. I want that. Obviously, the Sonic Origin Collection is going to have the ability to save games at any point, which would come in handy. I'm not going to lie. But there's some real gems. Yeah, they are old games compared to modern days. Hello, hello, hello. Here it is. I thought there was one. My memory's not that bad, right? Gotcha. I'm waiting on my Switch to come back from the Nintendo repair shop, I guess you could say, because I've got some issues with the screen at the top and the bottom, as I did in another video, lifting for some reason. I'm not quite sure the reason behind that exactly. But yeah, I think this is one. Yeah, this is the moving one. There's I think Sega have said have announced that quite a few new games coming. Another Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. There's quite a few. Oh god, coming out very very soon. Well, in development, should I say? Let's get up there before I lose that. Damn, that's not what I wanted. This has some very, very unique zones, though, compared to any other Sonic game. The next zone, in particular, which just happens to be, it's called Jungle. There is a Scrap Brian zone on this version as well. The music is pretty much quite similar. Oh, that was close. It's nice for some of these older games sometimes. I love the modern stuff, but it doesn't have the... What's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't have the sit down and play enjoyability that these old games have. Oh, I'm dead. Most of the time, enjoyability. And that's got a save point, which is nice. Speak too soon. Right. I will not die this time. Right. So I've got the games I'm going to show off in this video, and I'm going to condense this down so I'm not boring you too much, is Sonic 1, Sonic 2. I will show off Wonder Boy 3, the Dragon's Trap, which has also another name, I believe, of Adventure Island, I believe. So I'll probably show off a little bit of that. I've done a stream of Lucky Dime chapter starring Donald Duck, so I've got that to show off. And I've got a sports game as well. And obviously special stages on this are a lot different to the other games. I'd say obviously generally a lot easier. Particularly compared to, say, the spear game, which is always difficult. I'm not even sure what that does. I assume this is just to collect more rings for more lives, but I'm not quite sure. No, I'm gonna miss it. Oh no.